Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Leo in mid-May 2019. What is going on, Leo? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Alright, guys. Main spread is right there. Shuffle it off camera to save time. Shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy once all the cards are out and they are lying face up on the table. That's when the reading begins. You can look in the description box below if you want to click on the timestamp to jump ahead. I totally don't blame you. It's what it's there for. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. Like I've been saying for a little while now, that price that you see down there for that very in-depth reading will be going up in June. So if you've been thinking about getting a reading with me and you've been like, putting it off, you're not sure, I would say do it now before the price goes up, because who wants to pay any more money for anything? You know, if I can get something for $5 and it's worth $5, why would I want it when it's worth $15 or, $20? I just wouldn't. Or I'd be less inclined. Or I would be kicking myself. I should have gotten it when it was $5, okay? So that's basically my very honest sales pitch right there. But to offset that price going up, there will be two different types of readings that I introduced to the channel to kind of, give you a variety of things to choose from, okay? So you have that to look forward to, but again, if you want to do it sooner rather than later, just for the sake of saving yourself some money, I would do that because it is the most in-depth reading that I do, period. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get you an outcome for mid-May now, okay? Let's get into it. Please show me Leo's outcome for mid-May 2019. Leo's outcome for mid-May 2019, please show me. Wow. And the bottom of the deck is your overall energy. It's such a lovely card to look at. Let's flip all these over, see what else is going on in your lives. What? Got some heavy hitters on the board, Leo. All right, let's see what's going on. Please show me Leo's prominent energy in mid-May 2019. Please show me Leo's prominent energy in mid-May 2019. Please show me. Well, of course. Woo! You did that thing to my neck again. What are you guys doing to my body? It's really weird. I accept it, but it's also very weird and kind of, I don't know. Leo, that has nothing to do with you. Let's go ahead and start, shall we? Leo, coming into the mid-May energies, or the mid-May period. There we go. That's how I say that. The mid-May period. You come in with the, Nine of Wands. All right, so you're in your element, fire sign, due to it being a Wands card. So you're kind of at home energetically, but are you so happy to be in the Nine of Wands? Not really. Not really. Kind of tired, kind of over this position. The Nine of Wands is a, heels dug in, dig a trench, really committing to whatever position you're in. The Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior card. Sometimes you'll hear tarot readers describe it that way. So you've been in a position that has left you battle weary. It's really taken a lot of your energy, a lot of your strength, a lot of your courage and resilience to be where you are. And it's sort of like a test of wills, so to speak, or an endurance test, right? To defend one position or to remain in one position in terms of like war, because again, that's sort of what's depicted here. And again, wounded warrior. So to kind of stick with that metaphor, right? This is like having to maintain a strategic battle position that is constantly under enemy fire, that is constantly trying to be overrun and destroyed or infiltrated by the enemy. Now, I'm not trying to say you're in war, although some of you might be. Wars happen all over the world all the time. So some of you might be serving in those types of capacities, serving in military forces or armed forces or even law enforcement. So some of you do have that peril and that danger at your doorstep quite regularly, but I'm not really sensing that obviously for the majority. What I'm really feeling is this: you don't have a distinct enemy, Leo, but you do feel things are coming at you from all sides. If it's not this person or if it's not that situation, then it's an issue over here with so-and-so. And so you're having to defend different points in the border or different points in the fort. You know, if you want to take it back to something like that. Or the base, like the base is under attack. So you got to run over here and take care of this issue. Then you got to run back here to gate B and then go over to the tankers. And then you got to, it's like you're scrambling to keep shit going, to keep this position intact and to keep it fortified. So again, this is an endurance thing. This is a test of will. This is a test of strength you've been under. And who the hell would love that? A fucking psychopath would, or a sociopath would, because I'm sure some people under great stress and pressure and feeling under siege, they love it. But Leo, your archetype is that of the luscious lion. You enjoy luxury and laziness and having all the spoils and the joys and the love of life. Leo can fight, Leo can show strength, but it gets tiring. You're a normal person. You're not a sociopath. Most of you are not. Okay? So you would love a break. You would love for this to be over, but it has just persisted and persisted. Now, this could be in many ways coming into your life, a relationship or different relationships across your life. You're not getting along with your mom, or you're having issues with your best friend. Then when you go to work, your boss is on your case and all this other kind of stuff, and you're feeling like, I just can't catch a break in terms of getting along with people, in terms of having civil conversations with people, blah, 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 blah. And so you're seeing patterns arise, or like I said, you're running around the base trying to make sure things stay afloat and things don't crumble all around you. You can do it. That is basically what the Nine of Wands does. Sometimes when we interpret the Nine of Wands, you can hear, and I've said it myself, you can hear that you're coming to the end of your rope with the Nine of Wands. Like, you're so ready to be done. And that's there, but it's not in a quitter way. It's not in a way, Leo, where you want it to be over, as in you abandon your post. You become, a turncoat to your own side. It's not like that. It's, you want it to be over, like, let's get a ceasefire in here. Let's call a truce. Like, I don't want to quit. I'm still going to fight. I'm still going to put in my effort. But I also would just like to not have to put in my effort. I don't want to have to be embroiled in this or having to constantly defend my position or constantly have to show up in this garb or in this mode or in this state of mind. I want to fucking relax, is how I feel. Yeah? So it's weird. You want it to be over, but not if it means you have to quit. Is that stubbornness? Is that foolishness? Or not wise? Who knows? That was such a weird sentence. Whatever I just said. Anyway, that's interesting that I said foolish, because the fool is right there above you. So, yes. Okay. Now, when I turn this over, I don't necessarily see everything that's here. Like, I know what's here, but I'm not recording each card. I knew you had a lot of majors here. Now I see everything else except that starting position is a major. So my initial reaction when I was like, oh gosh, when I flipped them all over or whatever I said, is because there's some high level stuff going on in your life, Leo, out of your control. Major arcanas usually are. They speak to very overarching themes and energy sources or energy effects into your life. And you've got it, except for here. So here you are, living your life. here on earth, day in, day out, and you're just feeling burnt out, you're feeling tired, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling burdened, you're feeling overworked, you're feeling underpaid, okay? If this is in your career sector, overworked and underpaid, right? That's a reality for many people. But in the background, things are stirring up hardcore. And I think your way out is going to be through that Fool card. The Fool card, secondary major arcana for Aquarius, so you might be dealing with an Aquarius, but you don't have to. So, the Fool talks about, new endeavors, new roads, new paths, new opportunities, leaps of faith, all that kind of stuff. But the other part of this, which is more aligned to the Aquarian association with this, is that Uranus and Aquarius and the Fool are all linked here. And I'm being guided towards the the Uranus thing here, where Uranus is a planet of upheaval, disruption, not chaos for the sake of chaos, but chaos for the sake of growth, chaos for the sake of I don't want to say expansion, but it's kind of how it's coming across. Newness through chaos is how it is. Newness through chaos. Or a shift. Thank you. More than transformation, a shift. Like the ground quakes. Like a shift in the fault lines, which of course would be an earthquake, right? So that's what this is. I'm not trying to say like you're going to experience an earthquake. God forbid, those can be very dangerous, right? But there is like the smallest shift, I believe that's how it works. The smallest shift in a fault line, as it is with most natural, or many, not most, but many natural disasters. One tiny tweak in whatever weather pattern or, regular normal occurrence that has been going on for so long, one little change disrupts the whole damn thing. So that's where I'm getting, that's what they're drawing me to. And that's, of course, again, connected to Uranus, which I believe is a volatile planet. Don't they have storms? Aren't there storms on Uranus? Don't quote me. I don't know much about it. Astronomy, I never took one in my life. I've only like gone to museums and like looked at. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that very small disturbance changes everything very quickly. So that's where the Fool energy comes in, where it's that leap of faith, that quick turnover, that quick jump, and just like diving into the new. So your path out of this holding pattern of the Nine of Wands is either going to involve you taking a leap of faith, or the circumstances around you not taking a leap of faith, but being changed, altered very quickly over something so small and minuscule, perhaps unnoticeable to you, okay? It comes, not like, that's the thing, it's not, it might not feel like it comes quickly, but it kind of appears. Whatever this thing is, something appears, and then, from then on, the whole thing flips on its head, like you flip a pancake over, or something like that. Like, now we're on to the next side of this. Now we're going to brown this side of the pancake. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense to you. Because I don't think most Leos are going to be doing a damn thing with this Fool card energy. I don't think it's you changing anything about yourself, or, and maybe, if anything, maybe it's like that. Like the serendipitous little thing that you do differently changes the whole game. So in that case, maybe Leo, you have an active part. Some of you. You change one little thing in a behavior or in a pattern or a routine. Instead of going to that supermarket after work to pick up groceries, you see there's traffic on that route, so you go the extra 2 to 5 miles to the other market. And for some reason, that little changed because you were trying to avoid traffic and you had a long day at work. You go over to the other market, And now something changes in your life. It's really something so stupid, and you would view it as stupid because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem to correlate. Why does it matter that on Tuesday I went to the market further away from my house, and then all of a sudden after that, you won't even be able to connect that action led to the change that you want and that you need and that is coming in regardless of how conscious of it you are or not. Oh my God, that makes sense. Yes. Okay. So, serendipitous, crazy, wonky, coincidental, whatever change happens, whatever new thing gets, that little in the fault line, whatever happens, you get a rippling effect. You get a nice little earthquake. You get this upheaval in your life, okay? And you're none the wiser for the most part, okay? Moon card right across from there. Card associated with Pisces, so there might be a Pisces in your life of significance, but you know the rules, don't have to have it. What did I say? You're none the wiser, right. The Moon card talks about that. What we cannot see, clearly at least. Not totally blind to, but you can't see it. When you're looking for something, like you've lost something, right? Do you want to look in a room that's dark? Or do you want to turn the lights on like my overhead light is on in here? You're best to turn the lights on to find whatever you're looking for. But Leo, with the Moon card here, you're working by the light of the moon. You're working by not the best illuminator in the sky, all right? Because technically the moon doesn't emit light, or emit light. Excuse me, it doesn't emit light. The moon is, and I know what's right here. The sun is right here. I'm not even looking, but I know the sun is right there. So that makes so much damn sense. Listen, the moon by itself doesn't emit light. That's not the track I want to go. Let's finish this point first, because that's our segue to the sun. Thank you. Oh, they're getting ahead. Is that it? You're getting ahead of yourself? What was I saying? Okay. Right. So, that's why. That was forceful. That was really forceful. They were like, no, we want you to talk about the sun right now because we had a point. So the moon by itself, the little bit I do know about astronomy and the planets and all that good stuff, is that it doesn't emit light. The light that we see on the moon is reflected from the sun. So it's indirect light. When you go out into the woods and on a clear night, or you're able to walk out of your house and you can see like your own shadow cast down on the ground from the moon, it's technically from the sun. Technically. Okay? That means something, right? The indirectness. So you don't know what's going on here. You're tired of being here and you want a way out of it. You want some relief from it. You want a peace treaty. You want a ceasefire. Things to just stop dead in their tracks because you're almost to the end of your rope here, right? The way that happens starts here and it builds. It will hit your life at some point. You don't see it coming because the corners talk to each other, okay? You're here. You have line of sight here also. You don't see it coming. It's a mystery to you. Can't figure it out. You might want to put rationality to it. You might think you see it coming, but then it's just a shadow, because that's the other thing about the moon card. Illusions. You think you see the way out? Nope. That was a lie. That was a mirage. That was not what you thought it was. The way out, the salvation, the relief is coming in a different way. And again, major arcanas, this is like some overall effect in your life. You're not in control at all. And Leo, I know you don't want to hear that. I can tell you don't want to hear that. You're like, put me in the driver's seat so I can get the fuck out of here. Nope. You're riding shotgun. You might even be in the back seat. In a car seat. Like, that is how far removed from being in the driver's seat you are. You're in the car seat, in the back seat. Like in the third back seat of an SUV. Like, that's how far away from the fucking drivers or the steering wheel that you are. And you don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you, that's what it is. And that, anyway. So, Anything else with this moon card? Because I think that's really just talking to sort of where you have to be, actually. It's a reflection of where you are and where you have to be. Because you've been trying your hardest and you have that valiant spirit inside of you, Leo. Innately, you just have this will and this energy to fight. You don't want to. You would love to be kicked back on a beach with a pina colada or hitting the slots in a casino or getting a massage. You would love to do all of that stuff before you have to fight. But when you're called to fight, when you're called to put up and muster your energy and be bold and brazen, you will do it till the cows come home. But man, would you prefer the other way, right? So because you can't do that, you have to like sneakily, it's like a sneaky, don't let Leo know they're not in control. Even though I've told you that. It's like, but I've been trying. Like, maybe that's why you don't want to hear that. You're like, I've been fighting really hard, or I've been trying to keep things in balance, and I've been trying to, put out all these fires in my life and other people's lives, and I feel that I'm having effect. That's true, you're having effect, but it's not gonna get you the result the way you think it is. The result that you want is not from your own effort. It's kind of weird. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of weird. So now we get to the big bad boy, right? Or the big good boy, I suppose, because you got the sun, which again, as I was talking about it very weirdly with that moon card, here you have the biggest illuminator in our solar system, right? The sun, aka your second major arcana card, Leo. So you're here twice, right next to yourself, yeah? With that Nine of Wands starting point, and now next door. Oh, okay. Okay. You're not going to want to hear this either. The way in which you've been putting up a fight, defending your position. Although I kind of already said it. It's not going to get you the result that you want. How can I say this? Basically, what you thought you have been doing, or what you think, come on, what you have been doing, you believe it would have a certain direct effect. Thank you. You expect 1 + 2 = 3. I've done this, then I've done that. This should be the outcome. That's your train of thought, Leo. This plus that equals this. Yeah? You're connecting the dots in a very logical way. That's not the point. Oh, perfect. At least it's perfect for me. I hope you're going to be able to follow me in this analogy. You know how back in school that 1 + 1 is, or 1 + 1, what did I say? 1 + 2 = 3, right? You know how back in school, like the math problem in your head. This, blah, that equals that. You just know it in your head. But many of us were taught in school to show your work, right? And you're like, why? I know 5 + 5 is 25. Why do I have to write it down? Or why do I have to, or a more complex problem, 5 × 10 is 50. Back when I was a kid, you'd have to show 5 × 0, you bring down the 0, 5 × 1, you put the, you would have to mark the page and show how the numbers came down. I don't know what they're doing in that new math bullshit. I don't know. It's crazy. But you would have to show how you came to that conclusion. There's something about showing the work. Because then when you got to the high, at least in my experience, when you got to the higher levels of math, and again, I'm going to go on the record, I've done it several times, I suck at math. I'm terrible at math. But when I would get the problem wrong, when I got to those higher levels of math, even though I got the problem wrong, the teacher wanted to, in my experience, they want to see the work because they want to see how you came to that conclusion. And they would give me half a point. Even though the answer was completely wrong, they could follow my my track. They could see how I came to that answer. So I got partial credit. Okay? So that's what's going on here. What you're working towards, how you're trying to solve these problems, how you're attacking it, whatever, how you're defending your position, it's about showing the work. And in terms of the major arcanas we have here, to the universe, to God, to whatever you believe in or don't believe in, that's above your head, that is the reason that you're here or not the reason that you're here, whatever you personally believe. You're showing the work, your effort, even though it might not bear the fruit or get the result that you desire, it's showing how and why you came to these conclusions or you have certain expectations, you know? So you being valiant, you sticking in there, sticking out the good fight is important. Might not get you what you want, even though I think it will in a roundabout way. And again, you can't see it. Because again, you're like, 1 + 2 = 3. And, you know, the teacher hands you back the paper, 1 + 2 = 15. And you're like, what? How? And you're going to be that shocked or that baffled by whatever result is coming your way. Based on the things that I did, the answer should be this, or the result should be that. It's not, but I still give you credit because you showed your work. Does that make sense? I hope you're able to follow me. So that is not at all what the Sun card is usually talking about. I have to tell you that. Or rather, the element, because, you know, traditionally the Sun card is talking about the ultimate. Oh, I dropped my crystal way over there. 1 second. All right, Leo, sorry about that. So yeah. Oh God, what was I saying? Oh, right. The traditional understanding of the Sun. Ultimate joy, ultimate happiness, like it's the yes card in the major arcana, a lot of readers will tell you. And I get that. That's here. There's something positive, something affirming and clear and just like a relief is coming your way. But the bigger message is it's a roundabout thing. Even though you're right next to it, I don't think the sun is going to shine directly on you. I don't think it's going to hit you. Because that's the thing. That's your expectation. I'm here. The sun is right there. If this was a visual puzzle or that type of visual problem, how do you, from your starting point, Leo, get to the sun card? Some of you are like, go right next door. Move 1 space to the right. Nope. That's not it. And you're like, huh? But it's right there. It's right there. That's your expectation. This plus this equals that. No. In your experience, what you're going to find out is you got to go from here to here to here to here. And you're like, that's so much more work. That doesn't make sense. That seems like a roundabout way to get to this, to get to the solution. But that's the way. This longer, weirder, seemingly illogical way is the way. And I would argue that the Fool, not just in name but in energy, is not about logic. You know, even though Aquarius is a air sign, air signs are related to that higher intellect, that intellectual mind. Aquarius is a subversion. That energy subverts direct intellect and rationality. They are intellectual. Aquarius is in their energy. They are intellectual. They are rational. But a lot of times, it's like a savant way. It's very, very off the cuff, very out of left field kind of energy. Gemini and Libra are a lot more direct when it comes to that, you know, those qualities. I hope that makes sense. I feel I'm having to talk to people who have a little bit more knowledge of the tarot, so I'm sorry if that goes over your head a little bit. But for those where you know a little bit about tarot and the zodiacs, I hope that makes sense to you, okay? Now your outcome, oh look who's here. Totally forgot. Gemini, the Lover's card coming out in your outcome, does not have to be a Gemini that you're dealing with, or any Gemini has to be significant in your life. It's really more about the energy. And the Lovers. So some of you are wanting this lovely depiction of a connection, okay? And as the outcome, hip, hip, hooray, all right? You're getting it. You're getting it. When and where, who the hell knows? Like I said, you're probably not going to see it coming. It's like, what? You're going to be like, huh? Really? Okay. It's going to come as a surprise or a shock, a total shock. Shell-shocked, right? Sometimes the Nine of Wands is described as shell-shocked. So now that's for those who would like have a very vested interest in romantic connection, okay? For those where it's not really your priority, it's not really your bag, I'm feeling like this emergence or revival of some type, getting back to balance, getting back to connection, and being at peace with this warlike posture. So again, going back to those, and I'm going to repeat myself here, but I do that a lot anyway. Releasing the warlike posture. Someone's coming home from a deployment. Someone's retiring from the armed forces or law enforcement. Someone is putting that part of their lives down, which will then allow a reunion or some union to become stronger. Okay. So I'm getting like those reunion clips of armed force people in the service coming home to their children and their families, like those surprise, hey, I'm back. You know, I'm getting like those visuals. So that's happening for somebody. I have to mention it. Thank you. But this is like actually having that merge for you, Leo, of what has been in your head and your heart. They come together. You know, a lot of times we'll talk about the lovers, oh, it's a head over heart decision and having to choose between two things. And that might be true for some of you. But actually, I'm feeling like there's a merging of it. What has been in your head and your heart are finding balance together, or they're working together, or they become unified on one thing. Maybe for a long time, Leo, some of you have had your heart set on something, but your mind was set on another thing, and now they kind of share a common goal or have a common vision for your future, for the future of your career, for the future of your family life, your love life, whatever. So there's this balance that's happening. Again, that kind of works with this being about Gemini behind it, and Gemini is a sign of duality, this or that, and it's like, no, let's get this together and make it one thing, okay? And, you know, for those where this is involving another person and you guys coming together, I mean, this pretty damn intense, buddy. So some of y'all are going to have some intense intimacy, okay, with another person. Maybe you, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're just going to have a nice intimate union, okay, for those dealing with that, okay? That's nice. Regardless of it, how it comes into your life, Leo, it comes as a relief. That's the other thing too. Like, that's okay. I said the word emergence, right? Like, as you can see, they're both like in this water, and I'm envisioning like them both being down in that water, and that would be uncomfortable. Humans aren't designed to, you know, live underwater. We can't breathe in there. So when you come up out of that water, out of that submerged position or situation or circumstance, right? Condition or energy, whatever it is. It's like your lungs fill with air. Like, you know, you can breathe deeply, you can take in the air, and you can have this wonderful connection. You're emerging from this very suppressed, choking, or can't breathe, can't function correctly, to now we can blossom and we can function and we can have everything that we want. We as in I as an individual Leo, or we as in me and another person. That's how I'm using we, okay? So it's for everybody. It's not just those who have a couple situation going on, okay? Overall energy, the Star. A lot of air sign stuff up here between these two. Like, these are two majors. This is the major for Aquarius, and the Fool also was the secondary for Aquarius. So you have a lot of air energy, so you might be dealing with an air sign. But the Star being your overall energy, this concerns what you've been, you know, if you believe or you don't believe, I don't care. It's up to you. but what you've been wishing on, what you've been praying on, what you've been hoping for, working towards from a celestial point of view, between you and your God, between you and your angels, between you and the air that is in the room that you're in right now, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, you're always broadcasting those intentions. You're always, 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 always letting the other side know, or that the heavens above know, whatever way you want to conceptualize it. You're always letting them know what's your dream, what's in the deepest part of your heart. What do you want? What are you moving towards? What is aligned with you, or what you want to be aligned with you? You know, I'm taking this to like a really high level. I'm taking this to like a really high and optimistic, positive level. So I hope you're able to get on that level with me. If you're not, like if you're in the doldrums and if you're like really like depressed, I don't think this is going to work for you, or I don't think it's resonating. So sorry. But there's this alignment, or there's this broadcast, this message, this thing you've been tossing out like a boomerang or like a frisbee or something like that. You've been throwing it out there. And the universe is like, I got you. And you've just been throwing it, throwing it, throwing it, consistently telling the universe, God, whatever, this is what I want. I want this. This is a part of my destiny. Now this, I keep saying this. Star card, aside from it being associated with Aquarius, is about peace, rest. A different type of contentment, like an emotional and spiritual contentment. Peace of mind also. It's like all three. Peace of mind, having a restful heart or a full heart, and a restful, peaceful, calm spirit. Having all of that. Tall order, Leo. Hello. Very tall order. But that's what you've been wanting. If you've been pulled in all different directions here in the Nine of Wands, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, having to put out fires in different parts of your lives, you would like to be so just calm, relaxed, and in control in your mind, heart, and your spirit. High level stuff, okay? This has been a big reading. I mean, I told you there's like 5 majors on the board, okay? That makes sense to me. So you've been wanting this. I want peace in my life. I want calm. I want love. I don't want to be in pain, or I don't want to be stressed. I mean, most people want that, but like you've been meaning that. You've been like putting in this order for so long, Leo. You've been wanting this. And as the overall, that makes sense, you know? Why did all of these cards show up? Because you need this. You want this in your life. Now, the star also talks about destiny. Okay, it talks about your path in life. What are you meant to do? What are you meant to be? How are you meant to impact the world, or impact your community, or impact your family and friends? You know, as micro or as macro as you want to conceive that, you know? And if this is your path, or rather, what is on it? Thank you. What is on your path is some idea of wholeness, some idea of unity. That's what's on your path. Some sense of wholeness and unity. Thank you. And look at that. That, I don't know what you would call it, some type of fixture or contraption or whatever. But whatever that huge source of light, or that big star, and then these 2 little balls on either side. Now, if you want to take that in terms of the Trinity, or any other understanding of the significance and the sort of the sacred understandings humans have placed on 3s and the Trinity, or any union of 3 things, okay? However you conceptualize it. That's important, because again, I said mind, soul, and heart, right? Or spirit, I said, not soul, but that's, Leo, I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I really do, because I feel you feel it. I might not be using the words that you would use to express it, or I might not be articulating it in the way that you would articulate it, but I think you get the sense of what I'm saying. And your path, your destiny, involves something being in union, internally and externally. You being in union within yourself, calm, peaceful, just all right and balanced within yourself. And then you being balanced, or part of a balance, in the external world. In your family, in your career, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's, you have a heavy overall, like that's one of the heaviest overall energies I've had to deliver in a long time. Overall, to use that, to just continue to use that word, overall, Leo, you don't know what's going on and you don't like that, but I'm telling you, rock with that energy, rock with it, okay? Leo, that's been the mid-May reading, getting tongue-tied, so that's the perfect time to stop this. If you liked what you saw here, please hit the like button. If you want to tell me how this resonates in your life, I would love to hear it. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. You can share the video across your social media platforms, and of course you can subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed at all. If this is your first time and you had a good time, go ahead and hit it. If you keep coming back and you haven't hit the button, go ahead and hit it. I would appreciate it, okay? Doing any and all of the things I've just described to you will let me and YouTube know you're having a great time around here, and my content will continue to be circulated, and the channel will continue to grow, and that is ultimately, well, not ultimately, but that is definitely one of my goals in starting this YouTube channel. Was I wanted to connect with more people, I wanted to expand as a reader, I wanted to, you know, maybe even a part of my destiny is kind of come to some type of settlement with my own gifts and my own abilities, which for a long time I suppressed and I fought. And I was like really tired of having to deal with it, okay? So this totally resonated for me in many ways. But if it hit for you, please let me know. Do all those interactions with the channel. I would appreciate it, okay? Leo, I will be back pretty shortly with the June readings. I keep saying I might go live. I keep saying I might do a random reading, and that is true, but you know, there's only so many hours in a day, and for those types of things, I want the moment to hit me. Like, I want to be like basically forced to do it. These I'm not forced to do. These are part of my routine. I like, and the mids are really coming into my routine, so I'm really enjoying that. But the other two, I'm like, I gotta feel it. So until I feel it, we're just gonna be waiting, okay? All right, Leo, I do appreciate you guys watching this video. I really, really love what's been going on with the channel, with things growing, and the viewership is up, so it's really cool for me, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Bye.